The upcoming presidential election is more than the choice of Taiwan's next leader. It will be a decisive factor in defining the nation's strategic role amid global political tensions. What trends are emerging in the election polls? What do these figures reveal? We looked into the perspectives from participants in the Taiwan Goes to the Poll roundtable event organized by ICRT and TVBS World Taiwan.
There's lots of different kinds of organizations that do public opinion in Taiwan. You have academics like myself, you have think tanks, you have media outlets, and of course you have parties. One of my favorite features of Taiwan's elections in general is the way that votes are actually counted publicly through paper. As an American, we spend a lot of time talking about hacking our election machines or the risks that come with electronic voting machines. It's never a question of, is the PRC trying to influence elections, but how do they try to influence elections? This year, it seems to have gotten much more sophisticated, and it's very much changed in tone. You see much more things like American skepticism. All three candidates have, to some degree, portrayed themselves as becoming Tsai Ing-wen 2.0, who follow in Tsai's foreign policy footsteps and that they do not want to disrupt the status quo. That unity across all three presidential candidates speaks volumes to how Taiwanese voters feel about cross-strait relations and what presidential candidates see in their voting bases. I'm really eager to see how they frame the U.S.-Taiwan relationship. I still think we will see a continuation of strong U.S.-Taiwan relations. Just like in Taiwan, whether or not the DPP or the KMT win, I still think we're going to see a strong U.S.-Taiwan relationship.
Because of the demographics of Taiwan, right, you're getting a smaller and smaller pool of voters on the younger side. Taiwan's population is already declining. Plus, the tendency of younger voters not to turn out in as great a number as their older counterparts just means that the vote is shrinking. But on the other hand, in terms of messaging, as we've been talking about, it will probably dominate the messaging in the last part of the election for a couple of reasons. One is that that's where the largest group of attractable voters is, middle of the ground voters, or undecided voters, or new voters whose political identities isn't quite as set and as well formed as their parents and grandparents is. So go after that demographic hard. Number two, announcing policies that appeal to younger people doesn't necessarily just appeal to young people, it will also appeal to their parents as well. I think the really interesting thing following, again, that absolutely wonderful briefing at the Grand Hyatt a couple of weeks ago is that we are now seeing cross-strait relations take its formal and traditional place at the top of the table in terms of this election. This election looks like it is coming down to a referendum on where voters see Taiwan's long-term future.
Regardless of the election's outcome, the next president of Taiwan will face significant challenges, including maintaining a balance between two world superpowers. This balance will be crucial for safeguarding the well-being and peace of Taiwanese people. This is Isabel Wang for TVBS World Taiwan.